Mom?
You're just in time for supper, dear.
You're not my mother. My mother doesn't have...
Buttons? There's one tiny little thing we need to do. Black is traditional.
Coraline is the story of a young girl, 11, 12. She's stubborn, skeptical, curious, who is forced to move along with her parents out of her comfortable life in Michigan to this divided up estate house in Oregon.
Coraline has a door that is bricked up, and one day she goes through the door and it is a corridor, it's no longer bricked up, and on the other side of the door she finds herself in a room in an apartment that's a lot like the one that she left, and waiting for her there is her other mother.
Just in time for supper, dear. I play 3 different voices, so 3 different versions of characters. I play the mother who is really tired and worn out, and so she's got a lot of pressure on her, but she's a good person. She's just worn out. That's Mom.
Coraline, I don't have time for you right now.
Then there's other mother who is just surreally perfect and has just as sweet, sugary, I can do anything for you and I can make anything happen. And in a real way that I think Coraline really starts to think this mother is better than my old crappy tired mother.
When Coraline first meets Wybie, she thinks he's kind of a weirdo. He's stalking her and just mistaking her name, and he's kind of annoying to her.
I'm Wybie. Wybie Lovat.
Wybie?
Short for Wyborn. Not my idea, of course. What'd you get saddled with?
I wasn't saddled with anything. It's Coraline.
Caroline what?
Coraline Jones.
I think Coraline finds him very annoying because she's used to having her own space. Even though she kind of hungers for attention, she's always on her own, doing her own thing, thinking her own thoughts, and then he just kind of comes in and he's just in her face all the time, talking, and it can be very off-putting, I guess.
I'm Coraline Jones.
And I am the amazing Bobinsky.
Mr. Bobinsky is a giant Russian who is blue and eats beetroot, so I don't think he's to be trusted at all.
Here, have beat, make you strong. До свидания, Caroline.
Oh, give me that copy, bro. Your eyes are going.
My eyes? You're blind as a bat.
Oh, now, well, not to worry, child. It's good news.
Well, there are a couple of batty old actresses who've known each other for a very long time who...
Seedy old actresses.
Yeah. Firmly believe that they were great Shakespearean actresses who trod the boards.
My favourite idea is when Forcible and Spink zip open their bodies and there are these young, beautiful, thin people leaping out in magnificence. Well, that's our dream, obviously, but, can't always happen.
Well, it's very exciting to come out and watch the movie being made because you see the script and you kind of imagine what it's going to be like. But when you come out and you see the sets come to life, when you see the little puppets come to life, it really is, it's really inspiring.
It is an unbelievable level of artistic, genius. All these craftsmen who can create these puppets and move them frame by, tiny bit by tiny bit, and how it's all shot. I mean, it's magnificent.
People are always trying to declare stop motion dead, and it keeps holding on tooth and nail, and a large part of that is due to the brilliance of Henry Selick.
The miracle of stop motion, and what's one of the reasons it's so magical for me, is what you see when you see a stop motion animated character come to life. It's an actual performance through the puppet by the animator. They start at the first frame and they have to move forward. And they try to hit their marks like a live actor would. They try to say their lines at the right place, but it's a real performance.
Absolutely everything you see on the screen, somebody's made. Every blade of grass has been painted or built. Every tree. They've got rooms where they're painting trees.
I honestly am so still taken aback by the costumes because they're like everybody's clothes just totally miniaturized, and the teeny gloves and the teeny sweaters and the vest. It's like, it's so amazing that somebody can actually sew those, and they have to put the wire and everything so they move, and I think that's probably what struck me the most was the wardrobe, and also what goes into just making the model and the silicone and how they move, and the eyebrows raise and the chins move and everything. It's incredible.
They're people that want to work on a small scale. So it's all, the detail might seem a little overwhelming. We take it in our stride because that's what we're here for.
It's genuinely a film that the whole family can go to, I think, because there's all sorts of levels in it. And there's a good frightening, properly frightening things for kids, and there's a good level that adults can connect with as well.
It may be great out there, there may be wonderful stuff, but your real mum and dad, if they're good, they'll be really good to you, and you should trust them.